You're listening to Cards to the Moon, a podcast about trading cards from both a collector and investor perspective. We hope you'll stick around for the ride as we take a deep dive into the state of the hobby, share some hot takes, hopefully some useful advice, and fun stories along the way. Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday edition of Cards to the Moon. This is episode 215. My name is Clark from 5cardguys.com and 5cardguys on IG. There's a bit of a scheduling error, so I'm going to do a quick pod on my own today, but it's all good because I did want to provide a couple of hobby news updates while I have your attention. Plus, I'm going to do another small giveaway, so stay tuned till the end for details. But first, off the top, on a previous pod, we mentioned the news of the stolen rare sports cards valued at more than $2 million from a card show in Ohio. If you remember, it was Memory Lane Auctions that reported the cards missing last month after they were delivered to a Best Western hotel just before the Strongsville Sports Collectors Convention was about to begin. Well, the update is that they arrested Jacob Paxton, 27 years old, and charged him with a first-degree felony count of theft. Now, they recovered 52 of the 54 cards from a house in Cleveland, which included rare Cracker Jack cards, as well as a Mickey Mantle and Roberto Clemente. But yes, two are still missing, with a combined value of $90,000. The missing cards are reported to be a 1941 Play Ball Ted Williams card and a 1909 T204 Ramley Walter Johnson. So just a heads up in case you see one of these up for sale. Okay, second, speaking of $2 million, two men were arrested recently and they were accused of selling fake sports cards and Pokemon cards, netting about $2 million over 2 years. So the names of the men charged were Anthony Curcio, 43 years old, and Iosif Bondarchuk, who was 37, for their involvement in taking Pokemon and sports cards and faking the grades to sell them at much higher values. So essentially, it sounds like they had real cards, but in fake PSA slabs, and they would go around to shops and sell off their cards for much more than they were actually worth. Now, PSA, the grading company, they got suspicious when they saw a sale of a PSA 10 Michael Jordan Fleer rookie for about $170,000. And they realized they never slabbed that particular card. So the authorities were alerted and the rest is history. So just a tip, when you think you have a super good deal on a pretty high-end card, I think the old adage here applies. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. All right, let me end off with this because this news is actually local to us here in Toronto. Liz McGuire, a diehard Toronto Blue Jays fan, was watching a Jays game and she ended up getting hit right on the head from a 110 mile per hour foul ball off the bat of Bo Bichette. The amazing thing is that she stayed for the rest of the game, even with that huge welt on her head. She did get checked out after the game and thankfully she didn't have a concussion or fracture. And the Blue Jays reached out to her afterwards and invited her to come back as a guest to another game and offered her a signed ball from Bichette as well. But that's not it. Topps heard about what happened and they sent her 110 copies of a Topps Now card featuring Liz with a big goose egg on her head. And recently, after thousands of people asked for one of those cards, she put up 4 on eBay up for auction. One ended recently, selling for $2,000. The other 3 are about to end, with each of them going for more than $1,000. The cool part of the whole story, though, is that she's donating part of the proceeds to the Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital for the excellent work they do around concussion care. And part of the reason why she decided to donate to the Kids Rehab Hospital here in Toronto is because she said in an interview that when she initially got hit by the ball, it was the kids who came up to her first to see if she was doing okay, and even offered her the free bobblehead they got as a giveaway at that game after waiting hours in line for it. All right, I think that's a good place to end off on a positive note. The giveaway details, as I promised off the top, I got a nice 2019 Topps Chrome Shohei Ohtani card, PSA 9, as well as a 2024 Topps Blueprint card of Shohei, which I think personally is the best subset in this year's Topps Series 1 set. So all you have to do if you want to enter into this giveaway contest is check out the 5 Card Guys YouTube channel, which I'll link below in the show notes. Just need to subscribe and then DM me on 5 Card Guys on Instagram or email me at hello@5cardguys.com to say you subscribed and you want to be entered for a chance to win the Ohtani cards. FYI, we also have our full podcast audio episodes on YouTube, so you can always listen to us there as well. We'll announce the winner of this giveaway next week. That's it. We appreciate you guys, and we'll be back with a new episode on Tuesday with another special guest interview you don't want to miss, especially if you're into investing in sports cards. All right, talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to Cards to the Moon. We'd really appreciate you subscribing to our podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. And you can also connect with each of us on Instagram at 5cardguys, or you can follow Hyung at Integrity Sports Cards, or John at TradeU at Recess. You can also check us out at 5cardguys.com. Thanks again, and hope to connect soon.